DJ, this a hit, boy.
Some people go on the road for love, but they may never find what they dream of. What you won't do, I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go. Some people go on the road for
Yo, welcome to another episode of The Fellas. We are back better than ever. Chilling. We got, listen, I know y'all see it. One of these things is not like the other. You know what I'm saying? What was that old school song? Fellas, how y'all been, man? How y'all doing? Y'all quiet. They said the energy wasn't up last episode. I'm trying to bring that old thing back. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to bring it back. Y'all good? Y'all straight?
Yes, sir. Living good.
Bless.
Hey, I just want y'all to know I love y'all, man. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? We've been in this thing. We rocking and rolling. We making moves. We doing some big things around here. And you know what? I know y'all waiting on. And it might come out first. I don't know yet. Haven't decided. I know y'all waiting on Insecures Part 2. I know y'all waiting on it. But there was a discussion that happened amongst the group. And B-Bond got a little belligerent. B-Bond, I got a little passionate. And I'm going to tell y'all why I got passionate in a minute. But first things first, I'm going to kick it to my guy, B-Money. You know what I'm saying? B-Money, bro. How have you been? What's going on with you?
Hey man, I'm blessed, you know what I'm saying? Doing my thing, just trying to match your swag, man. I see the background, it's fresh. So, just continue to step my game up and do what I can.
All right. Well, you know what I'm saying? Let me kick it down to the bottom right corner. Moses, brother, you look like you're working, man. Why are you always working, man? Do you ever take a break?
Hey man, excellent never comes with a break, brother. So I'm putting in all that time that I can right now while I'm able to through God's, grace.
I see you. I see you dripping with the hair too. That's a nice little new style for you, bro.
Oh, our little man bun, man. Yeah, my hair grew, so now I can put it in a ponytail. So, yeah.
All right.
Let me kick it down to my Ace Boone Coon. Literally, what up, Drew? How you feeling, bro?
I'm living good in the words of B Money. I'm blessed, you know what I'm saying? So life is good. I'm looking forward to getting some good content on Wax with you, brother.
All right. Well, this is what I want to say. You know what I'm saying? I don't want y'all to ever say that the fellas don't take, feedback. Y'all said y'all want different views. We giving you different views. Y'all done already seen the spotlight cam in action. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, we had, another camera angle for you, but you know what I'm saying? Things ain't work out tonight, but we're going to figure that out. With that being said.
Hey, B, real quick, bro.
Yo.
How you doing?
I'm glad you asked. Let me spotlight myself, man. Hold on. Well, B-Bond is doing wonderful. I'm blessed. I'm highly favored. I can't complain, making moves out here, taking care of business. I'm just happy to be on the camera with you fellas once again. Hey, B-Bond is sipping as sip tends to do. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Now, bro, you have to get you to go with your background. You got to get you like a special glass that the people can see.
You know what? I think either a glass or like a thing for like what they call that you keep your bourbon and stuff in.
What is it? It's not a.
No, you about to say the wine thing, B Money.
Yeah,
no.
But they have one for bourbon too. Like I could get my initial put on it or something.
Damn, I don't know what.
I don't know what it's called.
Is that tip of my tongue?
We sounding real uneducated right now.
Yeah, I know.
You talking about the glass bottle with the top on it?
Yeah.
Like a cancer.
I see.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
The cancer is for wine, but yeah. Ooh.
But I'm in my red cup as always. Red cups only. All right. So let's give y'all a little background. I'm gonna give y'all a little background before we jump into this conversation. I'm gonna take a cue from B and I'm gonna give y'all all the questions up front. But let me tell y'all why this episode is happening. So, a couple weeks ago, in the group chat, a very riveting discussion took place about absentee fathers and being leaders amongst the families and being leaders in the community and blase this, blase that. I'm saying blase this because I don't want to go all the way in depth of what the conversation was, but that was the gist of it. Can men being leaders and absentee fathers? Well, within that conversation, you know what I'm saying? The fellas got quiet. I'm gonna call you out. The fellas got quiet, and B-Bond had to stand on a rock all by himself and talk about how men are supposed to be the leaders and how men have to have the bigger balls. Yeah, Mo looking funny because Mo don't even look at the group chat. He don't even know the conversation took place because I knew that was the one dude that was gonna come in and let it go, let it ring off, and I was by myself. So anyway, the conversation went a little like this. Ultimately, the episode is going to be called, what did I say the episode was going to be called, B-Money? I done forgot. Ballless Submissive. It's called Submissive. And the reason we're calling it Submissive, can men be men? In today's era, can men be men? We got women out here, and I don't want to catch no flack from the ladies, and y'all bosses in y'all's own right, but we got women out here thinking they balls is bigger than ours. And something is wrong with that. So we call them submissive. And we're going to go through these 3 questions right here. Question number 1 for you brothers. Has the order of things in the world changed? With women being more independent, do you think that they are pushing men out or phasing us out of the picture? Question number 2. Should men be okay with playing a background role? Is it a sexist way of thinking nowadays that men are the leaders and women should be followers? Question number 3, in this era of the MeToo movement, are we as men afraid to stand out on our manhood and assert ourselves? Those are the 3 main questions, you know what I'm saying, that we're going to address here. We want feedback. We want y'all to be able to drop something in the comments. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know if y'all, next time, if we need to do a part 2 of this episode, let us know in the comments, and maybe we could bring a few ladies on to have the same discussion and how they feel about it. So we're gonna get this thing jumping with question number 1.
Hey, Ship, before you go into the question, also, if you're a little shy, you don't want to go in the comments on YouTube, then hop into the IG, the Fellas Cast, or on Unacceptable Behavior. You know, there's a couple of handles out there that'll probably be in the info. You know, holler at us anywhere.
Yeah, drop feedback. A DM. You know what I mean? Slide in the DM. We want to be responsive to you ladies out here and to you men out here that are stay-at-home dads. Hey, more power to you. Pick your balls up, fellas. That's all I'm gonna say. Assert yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, let's get into question number 1, man. Has the order of things in the world changed? B-Money, what's your thoughts on that, man?
Yes. That's all. No, I'm just playing for real. All jokes aside, yes, the order of things in the world has changed. I think because of the fact that it's what's presented. And a lot of the times people feel like they want to be a part of the in crowd. So they go with what's ever being said that sounds good, that's positive, that's for the moment. But even if they don't believe in it, they weak in their mind. They have like a submissive mindset to society and to not being canceled. And so it changes the order of things by what society is saying and not the order of how things should actually be.
Okay. Moses, what's your thought? Has the order of things changed in the world today?
So that's what I was actually writing my stuff down. I answer as no. And I strictly say no is because it's a lot of watered down men out here. So the women are actually stepping their shit up. And by them stepping their game up, the men, for majority, we just, well, as a whole, is just staying at a certain level. You got a couple of men out here who still, you know what I'm saying, hold up to the risk. But for the most part, I would say no. And are we answering the 2-part of the question?
No, just part one.
All right. So yeah, no, that's my answer.
Okay. Brother Juicer, has the order of things changed?
I'm gonna say no. I like Mo's response to that. I'm just gonna say no, and I have some more on the other piece, on the second part. But yeah, I'm gonna say no.
I'm wait for the second part, but I'm push back on both of them.
Okay. I think the order has. Okay. Yes, I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna agree with B Money, and here's why I'm gonna agree with B Money, because of what Mo said, of the watered down men, and men not standing on their manhood. I think that in a way, the balance has.
Make sure you're not answering part 2.
I'm not answering part 2. I think the balance has shifted. I think women have taken a leadership role, and it's almost we're unicorns. We're unicorns, man.
Hey, I give all pushback on this only because cats not stepping their game up, dog. Like cats are being. And I say cats, I'm not even talking about, we see it out here. Women, they say something to their guys and the guys just sit back and allow it to happen. Why? Because if they make more money or something? No, that don't give you the goddamn inclination to say, oh, y'all taking over. Nah.
I'm not agreeing. I'm not saying that they.
No, but you just agreed. You said yes. And all I'm saying is, if you really look at it, right, women want somebody that's assertive. They want somebody
that's where I'm gonna push you back. They don't. Because as soon as you assert your dominance, and as soon as you say, I'm the man and I'm doing this, they saying, but wait a minute, I don't need you for this, I don't need you for that. This is the problem that I have.
No, hold on. They do that if you're communicating in a way in which you're Ike Turner. You don't have to talk. Hey, I'm gonna talk to you like off Love Jones. What's the little the cat name that played on Love Jones? Lorenz Tate. Hey, I'm gonna talk to him like Tate. They like that. Hey, you know how to. Hey, you use the correct words, man, and you talk to a woman how they should be spoken to with some assertiveness, but with respect. They will take that instead of you saying, "Nah, bitch, come wash my drawers. Go fix me something to eat." You start talking that it don't work. It don't work. It may work for a little bit, but
I'm not saying you have to talk like that, Mo. But what I'm saying at the end of the day, women are walking around as if they could do everything without us.
Man, so that's why I like Mo's comment about watered down men, because there's a lot of independent women that are sprinkled throughout different areas of my life, work, personally, and just everything. And in every situation, I've seen them in a relationship with a man that's like really holding his own, but still at the same time personable on a Lorenz Tate, as you mentioned it, and being able to know how to speak to him. In each situation, they're just like, I'll use the term submissive. They're like, I'll submit to where he's guiding me if he's really guiding me somewhere. And I think because of those watered down men and a lot of other things, you have these women that are talking a bigger game than what they really live in. And
So look, no, hold, bro. So real quick, we say the order, right? So when you're talking about the order, it's just how people view in the way things actually should be going. And in that being said, there's a thing of women believe they should have a voice in areas that they're not supposed to have a voice in. But because society is the way that it is, it allows them to like that voice to be
amplified.
Yeah, amplified in areas that's not. Now, I hear what you're saying, and I'm going to agree with you. There are a lot of watered down men, and you know what I'm saying. And it's not saying women ain't been dope for a long time, but if you put a C woman around F men, she gonna look like a boss. But you put her around the A boss man, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like, no, you're not there. So like,
everybody's A there, unless you're just trying to be controversial. You can have an A man and an A woman, but usually if you have an alpha type male, he's still going to lead.
Bro, I don't think you heard what I said. I gave grades based on the fact that watered down. If you supposed to be,
you saying the men not gonna look as
if they not doing it. If you got a man who like mooching off a woman, he looks soft and stuff like that. And
I do want to say one thing before I go back to Brother Mo. We got a level set too, because we say in the world. And we keep on realizing that America does things a lot differently in other places. There's a
Fuck
lot
that.
of
Black
countries that
Let's just say
this ain't
black
even a
women.
That's
conversation.
very true.
Black
That's
women.
very true.
Black
Okay.
women. We're gonna talk
so
about black
So
women.
it's a black woman conversation. Okay. I think you can make it American. I think you make it
you
more
can make it
American.
American.
You
Hey,
can make
I
it
don't want to.
American.
Hey, I'm not having no conversation about my black women with
Yeah,
just
we can
them
say
singled
America.
out. I'm
We
not
can
gonna
say
go there.
American.
I ain't
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we should get everybody. Because I
Okay,
think
we'll just say American women. American.
Yeah,
women.
because I'm actually around an equal amount of like all ethnicities on a regular day to
Look,
basis.
I done got Mo hot already.
Yeah, right.
I
Mo,
got hot already.
Hold up
Hey man,
now. Hey,
we're only 10 minutes in, bro.
I got your back, baby. Hey, I'm gonna say this. Hey, hold up, cause
Hey, go get your cape, brother. Put your cape on.
Go and save them.
Hey,
Save them all.
let me go west. Hey, let me go West Coast with the flannel real quick. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm gonna just say this real quick, right? And what you were saying, B, right? When you say you got a C woman dealing with an F man, if she's always attracting lower class men, she's always gonna have that mentality. I can control him. But when she deal with a dominant alpha man, like my brother Jew said, hey, she's gonna say, you know what? I gotta sit back, or she's gonna say, I can't handle it, and I gotta deal with a lesser of an alpha man because of the simple fact that alpha man it was too much for me because I'm conditioned. We have brothers that are moving in a condition. That don't mean that they necessarily like that, but they just settle and accept. And because they do that, you have the women responding in a way that sometimes are, like you said, unorthodox. You know what I'm saying? Speaking, you know what I'm saying, and in certain terms when it's like, hold up, baby, just sit back, I got this. So with that's go ahead.
So with you saying that, Mo, do you think the independence of women nowadays, are we pushing men out? That's the second part of the question. Are they pushing men out?
So I would say they're pushing men to either step their game up or move the hell on. And for real,
they're giving us that chance to step our game. I don't need to step my game up. I'm at the top of the fucking mountain anyway, is what I'm saying. But these niggas that need to, I don't even think they're giving them a chance.
But hold up. But let's talk about our brothers though. Let's seriously talk about our brothers, because majority of our the guys, let's say, you know what I'm saying, brainwash, not as masculine as the woman looking for. That for real, women don't even care about the money. They don't care about the nice clothes and stuff like that. For real, if you can have a little mix of this or that, women.
I'm gonna push back on you in a second for that.
Hold up. Hold your damn pushbacks. Some women could be attracted to the craziest thing: your beard, your chin, just your eyes, off something so much that it ain't even about that. But if you deliver yourself as a submissive man, meaning, okay, babe, what you think? What, babe? When the woman be like, oh, what we gonna eat? And the man, majority of guys be like, whatever you want to pick. Instead of having a man that has direction and know where they going and standards, it's gonna be something totally different. That's why a man of excellence is always gonna move in the standard like matter. We gonna let the woman know, and if she can handle it, she can handle it. We gonna rock. But if she can't handle it, she gonna pack her bags and she gonna be gone.
Go ahead, B, because I know you about to give it to him. Give it to him, B.
Like I'm hot. First of all, that's a nice decanter. There you go. So at the end of the day, with that being said, Mo, I hear what you're saying. And in a lot of things, I honestly agree with you. But the parts that I say, like, I'm going to push back on is the fact that you said, like, so like for me personally, I tell my old lady, I'll be like, tell wife, I'll be like, hey, look, she be like, what you want to eat? That's not on my mind. You know what I'm saying? So I'd be like, all right, it don't matter, whatever you want to eat. And there's some things that I don't really look at that as being like a level of submissiveness. It's like, I don't care. That's like a low priority to me. But there are a lot of things now. What was you about to say, bro?
I was just gonna say, please don't take me just talking about food as the whole scenario, more or less than just saying saying when a woman asks something, majority of the time we hit, I don't know, or something like that. Instead of just saying or having a plan, most guys don't have a plan. That's so Don't just take, because you don't know what the food, you know what I'm saying, this or that. Hey, I don't be thinking about this shit, but hey, if you just at least have some kind of plan, some kind of regiment to go by.
So I wanted to let you finish that, bro, because I don't want the listeners to get confused by the fact I was using the same example that you used, but I really hope people don't get lost in food. It could be some of anything, because there's certain things in different households that's a high priority and that's a low priority. And I was just more so sticking with the food thing as because it's a low priority. But I very much agree, and I hope everybody here, Mo, when he says that, like, don't take food as being like the boss move in the house. You know, there might be some things where it's just like, hey, I don't deal with certain things with the kids because of the fact that, like, I love my kids, but that's not on the priority list to making sure my house run in a functional way or having a plan for that. I'm saying at the end of the day, and that's what my first initial statement was, that I think that the world, America, in a sense, has changed because of the fact that in a lot of situations, you don't have a lot of women. Well, let me not say a lot, but there's a lot of women out here now who believe like, hey, if they do ain't listening to them, they just gonna go ahead and move on to a weak dude. And that's what's getting pushed out into society more than the fact that, like, no, you have some of these women who like, nah, my man a boss, he do this, he do that. Or what they saying their man being a boss, it's gotta be something that's not by the standards of him actually operating as a boss. They'll say, if you ain't making six figures, you can't mess with me. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't fluent, flying, whatever it is, me out, you can't mess with me, or you can't do this for me, or you ain't this, or you ain't that.
Hey, bro, I don't think we should put a number on it, because I honestly think that.
What reason?
I think I would tell, and this is going to sound very bad, but I'm just going to say it for controversy because it's kind of how I feel. If my daughter is making six figures, I would want her to consider what type of man that she's dealing with. And she should probably go about it with love, but depending on where she's going,
well, okay. Now I'm about to get my Kevin Samuels on. I'm sorry. So with what you just said, I agree with you 100%. 100%. If a woman is making six figures, they should consider the type of a man that they're with. Let's flip that around now. I'm a six-figure nigga. But should I be dating a six-figure chick, or should I dumb it down?
So that's exactly.
But you
go ahead, Mo.
Hold on. Caveat the same thing, but you said consider the same thing. I was just gonna say the same thing you said. It ain't even about, because guess what? She can make more money than you, but if she love you, and if you are that assertive alpha man that still hold it down, even though you don't make that kind of money. Guess what? It's always told, it's not about how much money you make, it's how you spend it and how you budget your money. Because at the end of the day, that could determine the game. I'm not saying, hey, if I'm making 6-7 figures, let's not look at a 6 or 7 figure woman and scarcity. I'm just saying the same thing Drew was saying, give it an opportunity.
But you said, that's the thing is that, and that's what I was saying.
Be also tying that into the consideration, because I think that goes back to this like submission piece and the type of person you are with. I think a lot of these things, and I know we talked about relationships and the insecurity piece, so I won't really go that route, but it goes into what we're talking about, being submissive. People are getting these relationships with people that they're not on the same level with anyway. I was like, so you got to really. Yeah, you got to really know what you're looking for anyway. And that's why we lead into these things that are unbalanced. Like me, I can consider being with somebody that doesn't have six figures because of the fact that that's not what I need out of them. But most women need a man that's like really running the show, whether that's him being nice and still being assertive and, being an alpha male, or financially taking care of them.
Now I'm gonna push back, because as soon as these women had that man that's gonna assert, be and run the show and do what they supposed to do, as men, they want to push back on us and say, nah, unnecessarily.
I think so. It's tough, and that's why I said this is like an American conversation.
Right.
You good? You
Okay, I thought I was froze, so that's why I thought it was. I think this is more like an American conversation than just certain.
He tricked himself.
I know, right? Look, I saw y'all freeze. I saw y'all freeze, and I thought I was froze.
Hey man, that's because we was locked in.
There we go. the community I work in, just like the people I work around, like everybody's making six figures. So I see a lot of females and some of my counterparts that are making six figures, and I see that level of submission when they're working with another boss dude. And I see someone that don't have that, but you can kind of see in that dude's demeanor how he's still kind of running the show, for lack of better words. But we're just gonna say what it is. We ain't even gonna be PC with it, how he's running the show in the household. And she is kind of leaning to where he said, and she knows her role is to bring in more money. So I don't think that just because somebody's making big bread that they can't turn that like, hey, let me listen to what's going on here and how it's driving that conversation. But that's why people need to pick the people they're gonna be with appropriately.
So let me look. Hey, one thing is this: there's a difference between complying and submitting. You know, and there's a lot of things in this where I think I might have said this in another show.
I want Merriam-Webster's dictionary. I'm just playing. Go ahead, bro.
I'll look it up for you before the end of the show.
It is good.
But with that being said, one of the things that I see is, and I hear what you're saying, Brother Mo, and I hear what you're saying, Jew, as far as like that leading. But because there are so many watered down men, to stick with that phrase, and women think that they can come a certain way when you do get with a boss man, like some things you should be able to move smoother than what they are. It's like when I say, hey, look, we're going to move like this, it's like, oh, you ain't my daddy and stuff like that. Doesn't mean that they won't do it, because at the end of the day, if you happen to be either the breadwinner or you moving like a boss, they're gonna be like, I ain't trying to mess up this good deal that I got. I ain't trying to mess up this dude who I know take care of everything that I need or handle myself like that. But I don't mean that they submitting, but let you come around and she be like, well, I want to go do this. And then you be like, what? And then you say something back, then they gonna be like, oh, you know, you always trying to do this. You trying to be controlling.
You're trying to control me.
They start putting all of these things on you. Be like, no, I'm leading. And if you don't understand the level between leading, controlling, then hey, like y'all said, maybe they shouldn't be in your
bro.
So game, but
I think that gets to that water. I guess that gets, I don't want to say men not watered down because they're being PC and trying to be nice, but at what point should men start saying, like, if you think that's controlling, then it's controlling. Like, I'm sorry if this is what I need to do for my household or my community and all that kind of stuff. If you think it's controlling, so be it. You can stay or you can get going. I mean, I ain't got to explain what leading is and all that kind of stuff, but go ahead, Mo.
No, and you shouldn't. In addition to that, and add on what you're saying, Drew, also, we got to recognize the fact that if these women are broken, or if the man is broken that the woman dealing with, you see what I'm saying? Like, where they headspace at? Like, if we're not really paying attention to who we getting into, it's gonna be a perpetuating cycle anyway. Whether the sex good or just, you know, the mental space is good. At the end of the day, if you get into an argument just because I'm just trying to lead you in a certain kind of way, then I'm gonna start asking you, you know what I'm saying, what kind of background you come from? Like, was growing up domestically violent for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, was you always getting beatings? Was your daddy controlling? Did you have people touching on you? I need to see where your head is, because if you was like that, then you would have to respond with this person differently, because obviously just talking to them like that, they on defense. So you got to work around that egg to crack that shell. And just like a boiled egg, once you crack that motherfucking shell and start peeling back them hard ass shells, what's on the inside? Protein. Good
Softness.
shit.
There's some protein on the inside. Hey,
Okay, so you
hey, Ship, I was about to say one thing one thing you just said, to answer your second part of your question. I don't even know if you asked that. I know I stepped off to get my decanter. Okay, so my answer to that was like, no, I don't think men are getting pushed out. Oh, actually, my liquor decanter, because a standard decanter is for wine. But but yes, I
wait, I just said I wanted one. Hey, wait, the boss man down there in the left corner. All I'm saying is you got one. Why I ain't got one, Jew?
Dang.
I got you, man. I'm gonna send you one on Amazon, but you say you want your initial on it.
I want to be on there.
Okay, I got you.
All right, hey y'all, it's on wax.
Look, I'm not putting the timeline on. I got you, but I got you, shit.
Right, it's gonna come in May.
Like
it may not come when you want it, but it'll be there right on time. I'm not even gonna sing the part of the song I was gonna sing. I ain't gonna be blasphemous.
But Mo phased us in the question. The second question of the group is, should men be okay with playing a background role? Should we be okay with that? As men, as alpha men, we are 4 alpha men on this chat. on this
No.
podcast. As fellas, we are 4 alpha men. Should we be okay with playing a background role?
No.
Am I answering this question first?
Go ahead.
Oh, well, perfectly. It depends on your household, man, because a leader doesn't always have to be in the front to be lead.
Now, I'm about to cut you off. I'm about to cut you off.
And Mo and Ham and unfiltered on his first question. He can come back with a PC answer. Let him have his PC.
Real
answer.
PC, nigga.
Let him have his. Let him have his PC. One of the 3. Go
No,
ahead,
I know, but he's just contradicting what he said earlier. He's contradicting what he said.
No, I'm not.
Hey, big brother contradiction.
Yeah, big brother contradiction
on this call.
He said it depends on your household. He's talking generically. He's not saying how he would operate.
Hold up. Now, when I speak like this, I'm speaking from experience. I'm an alpha man. And I took a backseat role because my wife was making more money than me at that time. Okay, the kids home. Guess what? I'm at the crib. That don't mean that I was yes man, no man, nothing like that. She ain't strapping up and hitting me.
Get him, B. Get him, B.
So, bro, you just said, like, so you said earlier, you said just because you making less money don't mean that you can't lead. Like, just because somebody's making less money than you don't mean that you shouldn't still be that leader
I ain't
or head of
taking
your
a
household.
back seat for nobody.
He's saying the same thing. Mo's saying the same thing right now. He ain't contradicted yet, bro.
Bro, what are you saying? What are you saying? I'm not saying that I'm still not the leader. I'm just saying that even though I was at the crib, I won't making no bread at some point, but I was still leading. Nigga, now that's more than the fucking alpha. Nigga, that's a Dixman. You hear what I'm saying?
So would you say you took a back seat?
Did you take a back
He said
seat?
a backseat role. A backseat role. The question is a backseat role. You gotta. That don't mean that's you in the back seat. That just you just have a role in that point in time. So now you got to clarify.
Bro,
you're talking about 24/7.
Well, you need to clarify what back seat role means.
Bro, hold up.
Oh man, y'all just let the fact that my brother said that he a dicks man, he had this stuff taken care of. Like you missed.
Hey, hold on. Not only that, but sitting in the back seat don't mean you're not leading, because you can be getting chauffeured and you leading the whole fucking time, telling somebody where to go. It's all on how you looking at the picture, brother. If you only got one eye, then you only gonna see from one motherfucking side for real. But when both of your goddamn eyes open, you goddamn boop boop boop. You gonna see from every position.
Hey, well, you know what? I guess now that your answer has come to full fruition, now it makes sense. But initially, when you just nah, I mean, I think that you can. You came in all soft, you can take, explain that, because that's the problem that we have in society right now is we kind of giving that surface answer of no, you know what I'm saying? A woman, can lead or do this and do that. And it's confusion. It's confusion.
Hold on, I'm gonna push back on you, bro. I'm push back on you because I want to say.
Wait, hold back. No, hold up.
Man, this is my first pushback all episode. You need to let me push back.
No, you ain't gonna push back right now, because I'm saying at the end of the day, I agree. I said it even just a second ago. Now that you have your whole answer, I'm agreeing with what you're saying, Brother Mo. I'm just saying that has to be clarified and foot stumped, because a lot of the times, only answer you get is the surface answer, which is just I'm okay. I'm okay. And that still don't.
All right, because you said it the second time, I gotta say it. You said explained and clarified. I think that goes right back to what we were talking about in the very beginning of watered down. And at one point in time, in certain roles, people not explaining themselves. I think we do too much over explaining and clarifying and pushing our role. If you moving how you really need to move as a leader and people know what's going on, they get on board or they get off. You ain't got to really explain your motives when you acting out your motives. So I think I agree with what you're saying, but I think those things will make your high level answer to be very direct, concise, and consistent. You ain't got to explain nothing.
So I'm
not talking about in the household. I'm talking about when we are. I'm sorry, brother. You know what? I'm sorry, brother, because you the boss. But I have to say this. You talking about something behind the scenes. I'm talking about.
Oh, dang. See, B Money, now you just took it back row. I thought you was the producer of the fellas.
Hey, man. Hey, listen.
B-Bond came back for this episode.
Hey, I'm talking about for the listeners. I'm talking about for what we are putting out there into society.
That's man, you got to explain that.
That's what I was trying to say. But you were so quick to push back, and Mo was so quick to be down there clapping his hands for you and all that type of stuff.
Well, hold on, B. I got your back, B. And this is where I got your back. So, with what Jew and what Mo is saying, what happens when you come against that woman that is saying, well, you've been taking the backseat this whole time. You've been letting me rock this whole time. You've been letting me make decisions this whole time. I make the money. I do what the family needs to be done. I'm the one that I make the bread around here. So what I say goes. So what do you say to that at that point? Because you just been sitting there this whole time because you think you leading from the back. You chauffeuring. You being chauffeured around. So you thinking hey, I got mind control over these hoes. I'm just gonna let them do what they do. You know what I'm saying? But I still run this show. No, you don't. But you don't. Yeah, you ain't got nothing to say to that, do you?
I don't think that's the. Are we speaking generically? Or are we talking about very specific situations that comes up?
I'm speaking as a whole, generically.
Okay. You saying in a scenario, what happens if that comes? Because that's fair. So I think
that's extremely common now these days.
Ain't it though?
Hold on, B.
Hold on, but because
just say it's getting. Hold on, let's do this. Let's clarify something. This is hold on, real quick, bro. This is
you ain't gotta do all that explaining and clarifying.
No, I'm gonna do this.
We over explaining at this point, Jew.
Nope. Look, what we're not gonna do, what I'm not gonna allow y'all to do, and the fellas, is exaggerate. Let's just say this is getting more common than what it should be. Let's not say this is extremely common, because like I said,
did I say extremely?
You did. That's extremely common right now. That's the only reason I said. You did. That's
okay.
Yeah, so I just said let's get it. It's getting more common than what's necessary. Because like I said, in my community, I don't see it that often. But I know in other people's community, which I choose to remove myself from those communities when I see it, and those are people that are not going to be in my circles. It's common over there, but it ain't common in like the bulk of the communities. But I just wanted to push back on that.
Okay.
Well, let me speak from experience. All right. Listen, only time that if something's not going to work, you feel me, is if y'all not moving on the same plan. If y'all working together, y'all have a common ground on where y'all going, and you leading in the right direction, guess what? Even when she say, I've been doing this, I've been doing that, that's when you right, baby. You've been holding it down. You've been doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? Now it's time for me to, you got to choose your words wisely and let them know. You know what I'm saying? It's okay for you to now sit back and let me do my job. Let me do what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Which is now I got the finances to take over now. So you can fully sit back now. You know what I'm saying? Now I got this. Now you just coming out, well, I've been doing this, I've been doing that. Okay, you right, you have. Matter of fact, we're going on a vacation since because you've been doing it like that. God damn it.
And that's the issue. You said it on the common goal, common vision, and I know we was going to talk about visions at some point in time. Most people, for your thing, be money, to give you your flowers on this one. Most relationships and situationships are not on the same goal and the same vision. So that's where we run into conversations like this. And then because the women are coming in saying, no, I got this. Why are you trying to pipe up now, nigga? I've been taking care of you all these years. Where most men would never say that. That won't come out of their mouth. Not in that fashion, but I'll say that piece. Common goals and visions are good.
And that's one of the things I would just say is, as you stated, first of all, if you need the definition of situationships, go check out Insecurities Part 1. Brother Jew gave the definition of that on that show.
the link to
hey, I'm gonna
be in the bio.
Look, and I'm gonna come back. Exactly. I'm gonna come back and give a little bit more about situationships at the end, because I also receive feedback from viewers that I danced around with situationships.
Let me just say this: if y'all think Jew,
actually, I'll save it for Insecurities too. There we go.
Well, actually, if y'all think Jew is dancing around, welcome to the club. This nigga been dancing since we started the fellas.
Right. Hey, Jew.
Correct.
Hey, man, he should change his name to Diddy.
Right. Take that. Hey, with that being said, this conversation has gotten a little hot. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got the tip of the day coming from your boy B Bond. Check this out.
I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't go.
BJ, this a hit, boy.
People go on the road for love, but they may never find what they dream of. What you won't do, I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't go.
today in Walking in Excellence, we're going to talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart. Moisturizing your skin. As we all know, it's the fall. It's about to be winter time. The last thing y'all want to do is have some crusty hands and some crusty feet. So make sure you're moisturizing your skin, getting ready for these cold winter nights. And I'm your boy, B-Bon, and this is Walking in Excellence. Back better than ever. Hey, so hey, because the conversation got a little hot, why both look like that?
No, the most face at me.
Hey,
I got lost for like 10 seconds. Like, what the?
no, that was the tip of the day.
Oh man,
is that the sound of the tip?
I know. I was like, why did the tip of the day flow in like that? No, but
listen,
I was like, hold up, like that sounds like some bumblebee, like off drumline, like some bumblebee type. I need some.
From the editor's perspective, that just lets B-Bon know where the tip of the day's supposed to go.
Tempo.
So when I hear, I'm gonna edit that out.
Oh, all of this get going. All this got to go now.
That's got to go, man. No, that part gonna stay here, bro. Because they said the energy was down last episode. This is behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying?
I good. I'm good.
So, you just gotta have like a 2-second pause into your doo-doo-doo-doo-doops.
Yeah. So listen. So they said the energy was down last episode, right? The energy was down last episode. I feel like with everything that's going on in the world today, I'm gonna put this episode out as soon as it's coming out. It's coming out. With the Kanye West stuff and everything that's going on with him, I feel like as a Black community, there's some things that we definitely need to talk about. And as the fellas, I feel like we are equipped to talk about these things. This being one of those topics, because
yes, come with it.
Because, you know, I mean, I'll say this. Women, and I love women, you know what I mean? Because of where we are in society today, I feel like men are afraid almost to say how we feel. We're afraid to speak our mind because we might get MeToo later down the road. That's why the third question is in there. Has the MeToo era changed the way that we move as men? Has it kind of clipped our balls, so to speak?
Hey man, did I miss the second question? I'm like, damn, we on third. I heard the second. I'm like, did I miss the second one? I was like, man, if I missed the second one, maybe
you've been on there.
Look, maybe we talked about it, and you just like, man, I'm not even.
The second question was the
backseat role.
Backseat role.
Yeah, the backseat role, but we didn't talk about the second part of it. But
and
maybe we can roll that into the MeToo thing.
Actually, yeah, we can in a way. We can roll it into MeToo because of the MeToo era. Is it sexist for us to think that we are supposed to be the leaders? Are we sexist? Are we not part of the feminine? You know, the feminist movement. Like, should we adjust our way of thinking because women are out here bossing up?
No.
Nope. And that's one thing I think we're gonna be all on the same page about.
No.
I think I'm not sexist at all. I'm gonna empower women. I was like, man, I have daughters, and at this point in time, I'm going to look out, and I have females that work for me. That I need them to go be bosses and be independent. But at the same time, I'm not sexist based off of the normal roles of society. And society's changed a lot, but it ain't changed that much. And everything everybody else has said before to this point, you can still talk like a human being to another human being and have a common goal and common vision. But at the same time, there still needs to be a certain person that's providing. And whatever that is, that provided may not be financial because that has changed a lot.
Yeah.
That type of common goal and that leadership as a man.
I'm with you. What you got, Mo?
I agree with you. I say no. The biggest part, I think, in our society, In addition to that, is just settling, man, and just scared of the answer. And so when you're scared of the answer, you don't really go for it. You know what I'm saying? I can admit to say it was a lot of shit in my life I was scared of that I should have took road to. You know what I'm saying? But when that type of stuff have happened, the road that I tried to take on never worked when I moved in a scared manner, because I'm never to move like that. I'm always supposed to move in a, all right, goddamn, fearless and almost a fearless manner. Not saying that some stuff don't get me a little riled up, but taking stuff head on is what we're supposed to do. And to say that, oh, you know, the roles got to completely change and the females doing this, nah, because there's a lot of shit females just can't do that a man ultimately just got to be there to do.
Well,
I would.
So what do you say to the
name
women
five-
that think that they can do? They think that they can.
Hey, I'm not. Well, hey, guess what? If they using, I got an example, right? If they using a socket and a socket wrench, right, and they tighten up a lug nut, and the junk got to be super tight, they only can get it to a certain strength. Even if the woman's a bodybuilding workout, guess what? If the dude is a bodybuilding workout too, he's still gonna crank it more than her. Our bones are stronger, our masses are. Yes, it's if they can't do it and they butch or whatever, let's say they you know what I'm saying, part of the ABC club and shit, and they need something done that's masculine, and they the man in that situation, they gonna call a motherfucking service and a man gonna come out and do the goddamn job.
All right.
Hey, I do want to answer what you just said. What do I think to a woman that thinks she can do it? I think you should try to do it, because there's a lot of women that are out there. They have to be independent because a man isn't stepping up, like we talked about with the watered down men. And then there's a lot of women out there that are single mothers. Unfortunately, God bless men that there's more women in the world than there are men. So men have options. And so that means there's going to be a lot of single women. So we need single women to step up and be independent and run households so America can be better, so the Black community can be better. So they need to be able to do it, but you have to know, even when being a leader, when to follow.
I feel you, when to take that back seat. I see my boy B Money stewing over there, man. What you got for me, man?
Like I agree with bits and pieces what everybody say, but if a man is not a man, at some point in time, he's going to be villainized for not being what is expected, the expectation of what a man is supposed to be. In society today, at least American society, women don't get villainized for not being what a woman in a sense should be. And when I say that is, when you say nurturer of the children, who's the first person that you think of? You don't think of a man, honestly. And early on, when I first had my children in the house with me, I used to be like, nah, I can do that. I can do this too. But I quickly realized, just like the way God made me and the way he made, my wife, it was different. I'm like, that's her job. But nobody's going to talk about her in a way that like, oh, she ain't this, she ain't that, if she's not doing that. But if I don't lead in my house as a man, if I'm not in that spot, then people will talk about me, be like, oh, well, he don't matter. His opinion doesn't even matter because he can't even take care of his household. You're not saying that about women. And like, we at this point now, and there's going to be probably some people who hear the things that I said before, and I hope you listen enough they get to this point. I'm not saying that women aren't bosses. Like, you have to be a boss in order to manage a household and do certain things in a household. So women bossing up and doing anything in the workforce don't surprise me. It don't mean that you're not a boss just because you're not in the workforce. But I'm just also saying, we, as Brother Mo said earlier, and sometimes, like if a man in the household, we look down on men who in the household. And I mean, applause to them because it does take something, but they ain't getting the kudos that a woman get when one be like, well, I'm doing this in the house. I'm watching the kids. I'm cooking. Let a man say that. People still going to look at it and just be like, whatever. And that's what I'm saying. So I say no, it's not. The answer to the question directly now is, I'm saying no, it's not sexist because we was made to be something. And if you're not being that, it goes against just nature. It goes against law. We don't ask why the lion in the you know what I'm saying, the lion in the jungle. We don't ask nothing about that. We know his position. So why is it that we always got to question the human race position of a man and then say it's sexist?
Well, I never understood why people would say the lion is in the jungle when the lion never is in the jungle. He's just in the safari.
Hey, the lion out here in nature, man.
The lion is the king. Don't nobody question the king.
Don't nobody question it. And I'm just saying, like, it's not saying that you don't push back, or, you know, you may not ask me, y'all might, as it was said earlier, when y'all moving together, the king has a job and everybody else got a job.
I think it goes back to an episode that we had a while ago. That everybody can't be kings. Everybody can't be queens. There has to be some court gestures. There has to be some squires. There has to be some people, some foot soldiers. And I think in our group discussion, in that group chat, I think what's lost upon some women sometimes is that they can't accept their role because they've had to be the role. Whitney Houston, they had to be every woman. So when you come across that man that wants to be that man, it's hard for that woman to accept that man because they've had to be that man or that woman or that court jester or that king. They've had to be every role. So it's hard for them to see when they have that dude in their life that's ready and willing to take that mantle. You know what I mean? And that's the problem that I have is we're not doing a good enough job as men when we're communicating with these women and saying, hey, because I fall victim of it too. I fell victim of it in the group chat. I got mad. I got angry. And was like, nah, it ain't gonna, not over here. It don't work like that over here. But I maybe should have communicated better and said, well, that's the men that you deal with. That's the type of men that you have in your life.
So hold on, can I say something real quick, B?
Yeah.
So in all seriousness, mental health is very important. And when people go through certain
situations. So you saying they're not mentally stable?
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
But all I'm saying is,
just making sure.
Mental health is very important. And when you have life experiences, if you don't heal from those experiences, you look at every situation the same. And you speak that way. I understand as men, yes, we can communicate, or we can say, oh, I have to communicate better, but we're not putting that onus on us as a society just has to communicate better. Know your audience. I got a degree in communication. And one of the things that's very big in communication, or when you're giving a public, you're speaking publicly, is know your audience. If you're talking to a boss man, you don't have to talk to him about all the issues and a man who respects women, you don't have to talk to him about all the things that like, oh, this struggle, or well, these sorry men and stuff like that. They already agreeing with you. As it's been already said on this show, there's watered down men. There's a lot of weak men out here who not doing that. So the problem is we have a lot of women speaking to alpha men. Well, I don't want to say alpha, good men. I'm just going to say good men. And they're talking to them and conducting themselves as if these are weak men. Yeah, and that's the onus on
bro. We see this all the time. Is like everybody's not meant to be in every room, and like you said, people are speaking to a certain way, and it's because of the fact that they probably shouldn't have been with that type of male. And we're not talking about good, bad, and all that kind of stuff, but like you probably didn't need to be with I'm gonna go back to the term we were using, like an alpha male. If you wanted to lead and do all this other kind of stuff, and if you've been damaged, go get some watered down simp dude that's going to, pray on one knee, and not pray in a good way, but essentially just like grovel at you all the time instead of lead you where you need to go and then respect you in the process. And everybody shouldn't have every job. Everybody shouldn't manage. Everybody shouldn't lead. Everybody doesn't need to be in certain type of relationship. So it goes back to what I said probably about 30 minutes ago is people need to have that conversation before they get into these relationships or situationships.
I'm just saying that onus is on both parties. That's all that I'm saying.
Agreed. What you got, Mo?
It just sounds like y'all just actually pivoting back to no, and that's just the fact that
ain't nobody pivoting, man.
We all said no.
We all said no.
It sounds like they rocking with what we going with, don't it?
It does. I think everybody did say on this one.
Everybody on this one said no.
Everybody,
Yeah, we all know we're not
Oh,
sexist.
I
If
thought
that
you
one,
said. I thought you said yeah, B.
B Money said yeah on the
No.
first one, but with the sexist, we all
No,
on
that was the
same
first
page.
question at the beginning.
yeah.
but we all saying that it's not sexist.
No, yeah. Well, let's say this though on some real stuff, right?
Me too.
Most people who are taking offense to whatever, even if what the female is saying, is probably because they're not happy, and that male ain't happy in some aspect of their life, right? But because you even took on that person, because this is the thing, when you start dating somebody, you already kind of know how that person is. You can already see the red flags and shit before you really get deep in with the person. Especially if they that broken or hurt. So if you're dealing with somebody that has a communication issue, that want to curse and first and want to hit you all the time, that don't want to grow, they always stuck at just doing mediocre stuff, then guess what? If they're not willing to learn and adapt and to be taught, then are you really looking for that one? You know what I'm saying? Is it really that one, or is it just a thing? You know what I'm saying? You into the moment. You know what I'm saying? You lusting with the moment of things. You know what I mean? Like,
And with that being said, I'm gonna end it. This has been a spirited conversation. This is what I'll say. We are the fellas. We don't run from any topic. We don't run from any discussion. Make sure y'all check us out on YouTube, Unacceptable Behavior Network. Insecurish 2 is about to come out. We got some we got Pillow Talk about to come out. we got some things that we want to conversate with y'all about. We need y'all to drop some comments. We need y'all to interact with us. We need y'all to jump on the Instagram, the Fellas Cast. We need y'all to jump on Unacceptable Behavior. We need you to jump on Be Perfect. We need you to jump on Moses Moses 01, right? I got it right. So all I'm saying is the fellas are here and we taking over. You know what I'm saying? we taking over.
And please, I want to reiterate what my brother just said. Comment back. I want to hear, ultimately, I want to hear from other people other than really the Black community. And the only reason why I say that is because I want to see how other people operate. I only know how my people operate. So that's all I can go off of real. But I want to hear how other people like ethnicities, how y'all take on relationships. Or is it something where it's what they used to do back in the day, assigned relationship, like marriages and stuff like that. You know,
arranged marriages.
Arranged.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know that's why some companies look. That's why some countries have caste systems, because everybody ain't meant to be with everybody.
Oh, hey, that's it right there. That's it right there. Next episode.
Hey,
I got an excellence realize real quick though.
What's
excellence
up?
realize to all the men out there that's leading the way you're supposed to lead, whatever that looks like. And then all the women that are out there executing. If you're a Bible person, if you're a true Christian, you should know 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11. Go read it if you haven't. But excellence realize to that if you executing all those above.
Yeah. B Money, you got any closing remarks, bro?
Good. I'm waiting for people to call for the part 2. That's all I'm waiting for.
All right. Well, I am your boy B Bond. I stepped back into the producer role for this episode. Look for B Money to step back into his role. You know what I'm saying? Insecurish 2 coming to you real soon. We are the fellas and we out. Bless.
BJ, this a hit, boy.